Adam, good to see you. I've heard there are some changes in the Czech competition law in the pipeline. What is going on in Prague?
Hi, Josef. It will be my pleasure to shed some light on the current situation. In mid-January, the Czech Competition Authority submitted several legislative proposals that will significantly expand its powers. Some of these have already been adopted. The proposal relates to a number of different areas.
Let's talk merger control. What can our clients expect in this area?
I would like to single out two changes as they are likely to cause significant problems for certain clients and therefore they deserve our closer attention. First, at the end of the year, the Czech Parliament passed a rather controversial amendment to the Czech Energy Act. This amendment came into force on 1st January. In addition to the existing merger control and FDI regimes in the energy sector, this amendment de facto introduces a new approval regime. Second, another proposal will give the Czech Competition Authority the power to assess the transactions that do not trigger a merger control filing requirements even after they have been completed.
These are indeed far-reaching changes. How do you think the new rules will affect transactions in the energy sector?
The legislation aims to protect nationally strategic companies active in electricity, natural gas, and heat supply businesses. Any acquisition of influence over these companies, which are considered strategic for the Czech state, will also require a decision by the Czech Ministry of Industry and Trade to approve it. As the concept of influence is still blurred, any type of transaction or restructuring of strategic energy assets will most likely require the approval of the ministry, increasing the burden on our clients active in energy deals in the Czech Republic. But the most controversial change is that the amendment obliges the seller to offer the target company or the energy assets to the ministry if the transaction is not approved. This gives the ministry quite worrying powers. It remains to be seen how it will exercise them.
And can you tell us more about the proposed powers to call in transactions even after closing?
Sure. The Competition Office has been actively lobbying for this so-called call-in model where it can order the parties to a transaction to notify already closed deals. The proposed amendment allows for such call-in even in cases where the turnover thresholds were not met at the time of the concentration. This proposal is intended to fill a perceived gap in the Czech merger control regime, which has so far operated exclusively on the basis of turnover threshold model without any sectoral exemptions. And it seems to be a natural consequence of the European Court of Justice decision in the Tower Cast case.
This will create considerable legal uncertainty for companies. Do you see any risk mitigation opportunities?
The exact wording of the legislative proposal has not yet been published. I would expect it to introduce some guardrails for the competition authority to exercise its powers. This could include a reasonable time limit for the authority to call in a deal, as well as a clarification on how the authority will conduct the substantive assessment of the merger that was completed years ago.
Quite some changes on the horizon in the Czech Republic. Many thanks for shedding light on this, Adam.
Thank you, Josef.